Welcome to episode 73 of Rebels Without a Pod, the show that dares ask the question, seriously though, where can I bury this dead dog? My name is The General, and the drones joining me tonight, Andy, who does our artwork and graphic design.
Buzz.
Naveen on music and audio production.
Yeah, I don't know what spiders say. Hi.
They kind of don't say anything. Like, that's their whole bit.
Rubble.
And Pod Daddy Eric, who was in the Amazon with Julian Sands when he was researching spiders just before he died.
Hello, trick or treat.
Great. Madam Web, live watch of Madam Web. We just have to make it happen at some point.
Do we really have to? Make
Yes, very much.
Did anybody do that ever?
They covered Madam Web on How Did This Get Made like a few months back, and like everybody kind of came up and started the show. They're like, okay, we're not going to bury the lead on this. We thought Madam Web, pretty good.
We could also just watch Adam Scott and Severance. That's probably the better watch.
Yeah, Severance watch along. Yeah, could be a thing. Could be a thing. All of our content is currently up on the Rebels Without a Pod YouTube channel. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Gentlemen, didn't even notice, but hit over 11,000 collective views over the weekend. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Tonight
Are we rich now?
11,000 and counting.
No. Are we rich now?
11,000 views and counting.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
I heard it's like for 1 million views, you get about $1,000.
Yeah.
So if we got 11,000 collectively, that is equivalent to $27.
Well, we're not even monetized yet, so
Yes.
we have to get 1,000 subscribers and then like 500 watch hours to finally get monetized.
Right. You don't start with the big spider right away. You got to go out to the jungles approved first. You got to lose a cameraman to like a horrible accident. You got to fly him back home. There has to be a raven. These things take time.
For 17 minutes. Got it.
Definitely felt like 17 minutes. Tonight, we are continuing our childhood trauma cycle with a discussion of 1990 horror film Arachnophobia. Just cannot say. Like,
No, we should do spider shots tonight. Anytime somebody mentions spider, we should do like a spider shot. I don't know what a spider shot is. I just kind of came up with it.
I'll take a sip like a really good red wine.
Shot of whiskey, maybe Fireball whiskey with a little shot of spider venom.
I have hot chocolate.
Right.
Okay, or hot chocolate.
Wow, you're in the season already, huh?
Yeah, dude.
It's getting cold out there.
Right.
Time.
Cozy, by the way. It was 86 degrees when I was driving to the grocery store earlier.
Oh, it's getting cold out there.
It's cold out there. Damn.
Let's get into like the review of the film itself. Arachnophobia is a 1990 horror comedy film directed by Frank Marshall. Synopsis in brief.
What?
And blank stares.
Wait, I missed it. What was
Do it again. Cough.
Oh.
There it is.
All right.
Dawning realization. The film stars Jeff Daniels, Haley Jane Kozak, John Goodman, and Julian Sands. Co-produced by Steven Spielberg. The film, on its release, was a pretty big financial success, grossing $53 million domestically, with an additional, I think, almost record-setting $30 million in home video rentals. Critical reception on the film at the time was also extremely positive. In Roger Ebert's 3-star review, he says, quote, "This is the kind of movie where you squirm out of enjoyment, not terror, and it's probably going to be popular with younger audiences. It doesn't pound you over the head with violence like some other films do. Like the spider itself, it has a real specific respect for structure."
No? Nobody's going to drink with me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Sorry.
Spider shot.
Cheers. Spiders.
Go.
Interestingly, Ebert's review has a little digression. He gives a full paragraph to talking about how grossed out and upset he was made by the Creep Show cockroach segment. They're creeping up on you. Part of the movie.
It's just like, that's bullshit. Are you serious?
I'm not even making this up. It's like the fourth paragraph of the review. Ebert starts out, spiders, really cool. Amazing they can make webs, mechanical clockwork, really, really interesting. Cockroaches bug the fuck out of me. Have you guys ever seen Creep Show? Full paragraph describing the Romero film. Then it gets in the movie proper after that.
Fucking relatable, Ebert.
Ebert's just like, hadn't even seen the whole thing. I just told Siskel to tell me when the scary part's over.
And then Siskel fucked with him and made him look.
It's a good friend. Childhood trauma. Naveen, this was your pick for the cycle. So why don't we start with you? How long has it been since you've seen Arachnophobia, and what did you think about the rewatch?
I saw it was definitely the early 90s. You know, I saw it in theaters, I believe, or at least around when it came out pretty early on. But then, you know, you'd get those movies, you're flipping through the channels and watch it on TV with the commercials and all that stuff. So
This was kind of a cable darling, I would imagine, for a while.
Yeah. So it was definitely like the early 90s, and the last time I saw it, you know, was last week when I, you know, started watching it for this. So, but it's still in my mind very vividly, just everything about it, how scary it was. You know, I don't think I had that much of a fear of spiders until after watching this movie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
This actually sort of kind of this kicked up something online for you.
Yeah. Just all that spider stuff happening. Like, oh man, could that really happen? And the thing is, I didn't look exactly when it came out in 1990. Did anybody see when that was? But it doesn't matter anyways, because we were living in the town next over, but we had moved to New Hartford in '89.
We said on the inaugural episode of this podcast we never actually released, a lot of trees. We ended up seeing we went up watching movies all the time because there was nothing to do. We were just living with a lot of trees. July 18th, 1990, it looks like.
So basically about a year that we've been living in that new house. And, you know, we were living in a city before, not, you know, in the suburbs of the city, but it was a city. And then we go to this country town, a lot of stuff. And
so there's literally a parallel narrative with you and the doctor's family.
Yeah, pretty much. And because my father was a doctor. Anyways. So yeah, and then, but there was just spiders in this new house and all that stuff, and even just big ones. So it was like, all right, there's spiders, they're scary, all right. And then seeing this movie just made it worse. It's like, oh crap.
Okay. You're sort of going in, you're contending with like this new kind of weird thing that's a little uncomfortable to begin with, but then you see what's kind of a worst case version depicted on the screen, and that hit.
And, you know, you're 10 years old. It's, you know, still pretty formative years of that kind of stuff.
Sure. So how was rewatching this as an adult for you?
Oh, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. You know, I still have a little bit of a fear of some spiders and stuff, but a lot of it's baseless. What was it? That little chart you brought up was pretty interesting. That there's like all these movies, but the amount of deaths that's actually happened by spiders.
What this chart is an actual study of it's a chart representing like different animal species with a sort of a linear count on the y-axis of how many movies feature these kind of particular animal species, dogs, snakes, spiders, sharks, crocodiles, like whatever else, and then kind of like on the x-axis is a logarithmic representation of how many deaths these kind of various animals are kind of responsible for every year. So it's kind of like it's a very, very interesting like visualization of what animals are actually dangerous to humans versus like just how often they are depicted as dangerous in popular culture.
You saw the highest one though, right?
For like kills.
Yeah.
Oh, mosquitoes. It's not even close. Yeah.
I was shocked. $1 million. On average, it's $1 million per year.
It's on the order of thousands more than any other.
I didn't realize it was that high. That's incredible.
That's why they had to make like the x-axis. That's why they have to be like, okay, here's the hundreds, here's the thousands, here's the 10,000s, because like the mosquito number is so crazy. If they just went like a straight shot, they couldn't even fit it on the chart.
It was way up there.
You think about all the different things. It's malaria, it's triple E, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, I get how it works, but it's just bonkers to think that it's that high a number.
Right. Would any of you guys, this is something I kind of knew off the dome for some reason, but would any of you guys have suspected mosquitoes would that be that further ahead of everything else? Kind of like
No, I think snakes was like a pretty close second or third.
Second,
yeah.
Second.
Good one.
Thank you. Okay, so Papa.
Yeah.
Let's go to you. Arachnophobia. Any history with this movie? And
I have zero history with it. I remember being advertised on TV. Star-studded cast. Young Jeff Daniels, which he was fun. He was entertaining. But I think the highlight of it,
a guy that you don't kind of really just he's got like he's wearing like that Cali men's V-neck like the entire time.
Oh my God. All I could think he was Dumb and Dumber the whole time. Yeah, I can't unsee that when I see him now.
Yes.
So if I hadn't seen Dumb and Dumber first and had seen this film, I would have thought he's a fun, charming kind of lead actor. I mean, he led the movie fairly well. I thought it was pretty good. I think because I don't have the nostalgia for it or had been exposed to it when I was younger. Again, it's just like watching a early 90s movie. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's got a bunch of spiders. The one thing I was just shocked at is how creepy the spiders looked. I did the research because I'm like, what are they going to do? It's going to be all tarantulas or something like that. But they had these other ones. I had to look up online. These
it's a New Zealand something.
Yeah, the Avondale spider. It's like a crab spider from New Zealand that they brought in. I guess they're apparently like harmless.
Right.
They just look really creepy. But they did use tarantulas for like the giant spider scenes.
Right. I have like some stats on the actual sort of like the major tarantula that they actually that they use for this movie. But we can let's cycle back to that for like trivia.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a fun movie. I was not scared by it at all. I do wish there was more. Like I like the ending where Jeff Daniels is fighting in the basement with like the general spider. Well, it's like the female spider and then the general spider.
Right.
That was fun. It was really entertaining. And whenever somebody falls through a floor and there's disoriented and it's dark and you know there's something creepy around you that wants to kill you.
A lot of that final battle between Jeff Daniels and the spider is just him going, my
wine, stop. Don't touch that bottle. My chateau. I also love the thing too where they do like you knock the main bad guy into like a fire or something or like a pit of acid, and there's one last jump at the end where they leap out and they're still alive and they come at you. And the general went into the fire, jumped back out at Jeff Daniels. He's like, "Rrr." I was like, that's always a fun one. Some little remote controlled spider. Right. I wasn't scared by them, so I consider myself a badass surviving this movie.
Sweet. I like it. And going to our sort of resident insect, at least disliker, but let's find out if the spiders also fall into this camp. Andy, buddy, how was Arachnophobia for you?
Synopsis in brief. Nope. General impressions. So. This movie was super fun. If it weren't for all the spiders. What are we calling it? Boxed lunch.
Boxed lunch. Andy's boxed lunch. Here we go.
Andy's boxed lunch.
It's not a box of cereal.
Oh God! I'll never take a handful of cereal again.
Man, I miss when they used to have prizes in the cereal boxes.
Yeah, me too. All right.
Oh, a dead spider.
Oh, Dad's gun. Shout out the gate. What a wonderful. Yeah.
3 stars.
3 stars.
Whoa,
3 stars.
3 stars.
Impressive.
In spite of all of the spiders. And I believe this is the one and only review I have given
Uh-huh.
on Letterboxd. I said, and I quote, I said 3 stars, too many spiders.
The acceptable
So-
number of spiders would have been same as the stars I'm giving it. 3 would have been fine. This movie had way more than 3 spiders, though.
There was at least 4
Yeah.
spiders in this movie.
Or
and
more.
That's too many. That's not good. Nope.
Okay.
After you saw this movie, did you take a nice hot shower
Nope.
to wash away the trauma? You know, it's
I have seen way too many spiders in showers in my life. And then when I saw a whole house being taken over by spiders,
Right.
yeah. Not ideal.
Not ideal.
That house would have been burned down.
Mhm.
We would have moved and it would have been burned down weeks before they ever came to that conclusion.
Mhm.
yeah. I
I'd
mean,
be
or
living back in San Francisco by then.
at least replace like the support beams because it's bad wood. I mean, you don't want to live in a house like that. It's already unsafe.
Nobody wants bad wood.
Nope.
So this movie for me, I'm coming at it from kind of an interesting place. I grew up in a literally 200-year-old farmhouse next to a big kind of creepy barn. Insects are just kind of the roommates that you have kind of grown up in a place like this. I honestly wish the farmhouse I grew up in had more spiders, because we've had for decades a problem with invasive Chinese ladybugs just congregating during the winter in basically any sunny spot that they can find in the house. And just man, even something like those New Zealand, just a couple of those New Zealand spiders, like in my head, maybe that would knock down the population like a little bit. This might be the nerdiest thing I've ever said on the podcast. I had not seen this movie previously. I had read the book.
Wow.
This movie is not based on a book. I was just because we didn't have cable growing up, and
It's not based on Charlotte's
Oh
Web.
shit! Yeah.
some movie. I just because we didn't have cable, and just movies were kind of like only like an occasional thing for us. I would read every shitty film novelization at the school library I could get my hands on. So I have read both Gremlins books, like front to back. I read all the Star Wars novelizations, all the novelizations of Back to the Future. I actually found a copy of the novelization of Spaceballs in like about 4th or 5th grade. Towards that fucking thing.
They actually made one?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Arachnophobia. I found the book. I read the book. I thought this does not really seem that interesting, and I was just never curious about following up with the movie itself. So
yeah.
That's kind of the thing I'm bringing into it. For me, this movie wasn't as bad as Rad, but this is, I think, for myself, the 2nd worst movie that I've watched this year.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Rad was badass.
I hate to say it went by at a crawl, but I don't think that this is like an opportunity knocks kind of situation of a thing that probably wasn't that good at the time.
Jeez, wow, that's
it's not one of that, because I remember this movie fucking hitting when we were like about 10 years old. I remember like kids talking about it and everybody's being like, oh, like the big robot spider, but like it's the scene of the scene I kept hearing about over and over again is like the spider crawling out of like the mortician's nose and everything, because I guess that shot had never really been done before. So I remember just kind of kids kind of going off about how crazy that was.
That was a fun scene.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was like whatever it is, like a mannequin head or a prop
It's
head.
a mannequin head they actually stuffed a real spider into.
I saw the spider come out. I'm like, yeah, it's not a real human doing that. They would never let that happen.
Yeah, they put out some cake or whatever it is that they do.
Can I ask you,
Yeah,
after
sure.
you read the novelization of Arachnophobia, did you have people refer to you as Mr. Manley?
not that many kids were talking to me generally at that point in my life. So
Who read the novelization of all the Back to the Future movies and has 2 thumbs?
I remember 2
Mr.
being pretty good.
Manley.
I remember 2 being pretty good. I read that in preparation for 2, which I saw, I think, actually on my 10th birthday. So I think like 2 is actually, maybe thinking about that, probably like a contemporary of this. I used to read. I used to read back in the day.
Question: how'd you feel about reading? You read all 3, right?
Yes.
So I assume the second one was pretty good.
Second one was great. Yeah.
The third one, the novelization of the third one, I just wonder how that kind of hit for you.
It seemed, again, not that interesting to me. I've never seen the third Back to the Future. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, I've only kind of seen parts of the first one. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this is the
Add it to the
80s
list.
are a weird decade for me. The 80s
Add
are
it
a
to the
weird
list.
Wow,
Squad,
that's a
Back
big.
to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big miss.
I'm
on-
aware
on-
that's a miss.
I mean, think about
that's
it.
a miss.
He likes to keep repeating that sob story where he didn't have cable. So I mean, think about how many movies he's missed out on.
How many movies
But his
did?
dad worked in a.
Oh, both
That's
Gremlins.
true. That is
Both
true.
Gremlins movie, and actually, like the first Gremlins book had one of the most terrifying chapters I've ever seen, because it was just it's a 2-word chapter. It's a chapter 14. Billy forgot. Goes on to chapter 15. I'm not making that up. It's actually.
Don't
I've
worry.
never seen that done before.
We forgot who Billy was.
Until we rewatched Waxwork.
We watched Waxwork. We're like,
Yeah, I mean,
there he is.
I kind of don't want to belabor like this too much because I'm in the minority here, but it's just like the movie was crazy slow. Spider stuff really kind of does nothing for me at all. I was hoping for a big, giant, crazy spider puppet at the end, and instead they send out something that is about as big as spiders in the real world actually kind of get. I think like this movie reminded me of Gremlins, Jaws, and of The Birds. All 3 kind of waste period thing to me. There was one scene in this film that legitimately shocked and horrified me, but it had nothing to do with the spiders whatsoever.
You're like, no nudity.
No.
Fuck this movie. I'm done.
Right.
She finished her
And
shower and she went back.
With that, Johnny.
The fucking Larry Nassar ass high school that the football team was going to, and Jeff Daniels just going down the line, just checking, just dicking balls.
That I was going to bring that up later, but this movie reminded me of one of my fears in high school, which was that as soon as you have gym class and then you see that you have lockers to store your clothes in, and then you notice there's showers.
Yeah.
I'm like, and you have to change into your gym clothes every day, like that every time you have gym class. I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to get almost naked in front of these people. Right. And then people are going to dick around and pull people's underwear off and give them the wedgies and shove people in the showers. And yeah, it all happened. And it was fucking terrifying.
Yeah. I was terrified of that, but then our actual kind of gym, they didn't really kind of give a shit. They're just, again, to just change out of your shorts and shirt into just normal clothes. You don't have to fucking now we're off like these 40-minute segments that you know are like gym classes would.
They're just all reading books.
Right.
I'm cool if you're cool. All right.
It was a tough time, but that was one of the small mercies. Oh, Jeff Daniels never at any point even like puts on a glove. It's just.
He did spit in the palm of his hand. He's like, "Here we go."
The kids, I'm saying, just watching this thing. It's like this Hollywood studios had just some mutual agreement. Like, okay, it's 1990. Let's every year for the next 10 years, if there's a PG-13 movie with even light comedy in it, let's toss in one crazy homophobic joke. Crazy, just off the wall, like shit that's not okay right now in 1990. Right? Like Daniels is gonna go and the kid's like, he comes up to the black kid, and I'm there like, don't make him have a deep voice. And he's like, good. This is a goddamn nightmare. Did not care for this film, but let's kind of move on from that. Questions first. We kind of touched on something like a little bit, but if you had a fear, so Naveen's first question here: if you had a fear of spiders before, did this movie make it worse? If you did not fear spiders at the time, did this movie make you afraid in any sort of degree? So I think, Naveen, we very clearly kind of got like the answer from you, like the fact that this really solidified like a phobia you had is really kind of quite something.
I mean, most definitely for me, yeah. That's why it's a childhood trauma movie for me, you know. And so again, didn't have much of one. It's like, so didn't really think about it until watching this movie, and then it's like, oh man, can spiders really do that? Thinking, you know, like they're really gonna just suck your blood out and drain you dry whenever they can.
The answer is no, but yes.
Right. But you know, I'm a dumb 10-year-old, a little different than the dumb 45-year-old I am now, but a dumb 10-year-old, didn't know any better, didn't know much about spiders at all, and just they look, you know, they're furry, they're big, and yeah. So who knows what they could do to you? So yeah, so definitely heightened it, or probably maybe made me have arachnophobia after watching that movie.
Interesting.
Question for you. Now, 45, having gotten used to spiders, do you squish them when you see them, or do you catch them and let them go?
Neither. I just leave them be.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
My girlfriend and I a few years ago were staying at a Airbnb in Orlando, and she watched me one night. A cockroach crawled out of the sink. She watched me pick it up very gently, carry it outside, and let it go. And it's still something that she talks about with some degree of just. Yeah.
Why would you do that with a cockroach?
He's very unique.
It's going to come back in anyways.
You don't smash them.
We are all of God's creatures.
You spray them, and then you get rid of them.
I didn't. There was no spray lying around the Airbnb. I just chose to be Buddhist about the whole thing. What
do you remember the story I told you when I was working in Japan? And so I've seen cockroaches a few times in Japan. Andy, you probably don't want to listen to this one, but
Andy,
this is a visual. This is an audio medium, but ladies and gentlemen, let me assure you,
it's gross.
The sour milk look on our friend Andy's face right now.
I don't want to make it sound like Japan's a dirty place, but there are a lot of cockroaches in Japan. It's a very crowded city, so you expect them to be there.
What's the name for them in Japanese? Remind me.
What's up?
What's the name for cockroach in Japanese? It's
gokiburi.
Gokiburi.
So when I was teaching Japan, I was teaching a second and third grade class at an international school. And one of the cool features about my classroom was I had a little mini fridge in the back, so I could put all my stuff in there. And it was all mine. I didn't share it with the kids. But what happened is halfway through my first year there, the fridge went out. And so then I just requested a new one. I said, hey, I need that mini fridge so I can put my lunch in there, keep it cold. And the guy that works there that took care of the grounds, he says, yeah, that's fine. You know, in the back storage area, we have actually a couple of them. So I'll just grab you a new one and I'll just put it in your room. You should be all good. So I remember he puts it in there, starts it up. It works fine. After school, just correcting papers one day, noticed a giant cockroach comes out of the fridge. And immediately I'm just like, oh my God, gross. And I throw a paper towel on it from my desk and I step on it. And then I think nothing of it. I just sweep it up, throw it in the trash basket, move on with my life.
Not enough. You got to end the bloodline.
Oh, wait. There's more. Okay. Fast forward a couple weeks later, I'm working on, I was given the task of coming up with like designing sets for like the school play. So I had giant pieces of cardboard in the room and I moved all the desks out of the way and I had painted the cardboard green because I was just making it look like it was just like a little grassy area. So it's this giant, like, I don't know, maybe like 6 feet by 6 feet piece of cardboard. It's all green. I'm letting the paint dry. And as I'm sitting there again at my desk doing something, I kind of look over and I'm like, what is that on the cardboard? And it's tiny little baby cockroaches crawling all over it, attracted to the green color.
Andy is somehow looking even more miserable at this point.
It was like, I don't know how many cockroach babies are laid with one laying, but there was like, it looked like hundreds.
Can we shout out a very, very odd decision made within this film? There's a spider sex scene.
There is.
A tastefully done, backlit, all in silhouette spider sex scene.
Ugh.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
Yeah, that happened.
the theme from Madam Web should have been playing. Like, I don't even know.
What do they say? It's bad luck not to have sex on the first night of moving into a new house.
Hey, he said make love, and then it immediately cut to these two spiders.
That's to the spiders. And that was one giant spider, one little spider.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying he likes I can't say it. He likes big spider booty.
The spiders, like the spiders.
That was me
playing,
editing my
hanging
stuff,
with
by the
friends.
way.
He's like, yeah, just American chicks. They love foreign guys, you know.
Don't worry, I've seen worse in Amsterdam.
Well,
Andy, let's go to you.
Tell us your cockroach story.
actually, I have enough cockroach stories that
Oh no.
and I'm not going to tell any of them because they still to this day gross me out. But yeah, anyway, I don't know if it's been made clear. I'm not a big bug guy.
Not a big bug.
Not a fan. And so
Stay away from Venezuela for a number of reasons right now, I guess.
apparently I should not go there. This is the first time I ever watched this movie. I'd never seen it prior to this. I remember when it came out, I couldn't even watch the trailers for it.
Whoa.
Yeah, there was nothing about it that appealed to me. In my mind, there was no reason for me to ever see this movie. And until yesterday, I had made good on that. I watched it yesterday, and this movie didn't help my fear of spiders.
Right.
I can't say
not
it's
therapeutic. This because
No.
you know, they talk. There's a degree of exposure therapy for these kind of
Nope.
phobias that may actually be useful. That was not the case for you.
I
false.
think Creepshow was like too much all at once.
Yeah.
I think Creepshow really, yeah. I mean, that was far worse than this was.
Uh-huh. You and Ebert, man, you're in good company. Whatever.
That's
company.
right. Spiders are not my biggest fear or phobia. And I definitely, to Naveen's point, I leave them be. If I find them someplace where I really don't want them to be, like if I'm in my car and I find one, I do try to remove them from the car. But I don't kill them anymore. I used to. I don't any longer because I know that they do good things. They at least kill other bugs. So that's at least a few less bugs that I have to think about. But
14,000 species of spider in the world, like 40 and change are actually like dangerous to human in any capacity.
I disagree, but that's fine. You can go with your stats, Johnny.
Okay.
I'm going with the brain.
Let me kind of I just again I don't want to make kind of like sort of too much of just farm boy blah 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 blah. I remember my mother would be the only bug I was
Wesley.
afraid of was wasps, like fucking like New England wasps, real nasty. We had a shitload of them in the house, and if like wasps was getting a little too close for my comfort, I call for my mom. Mom would come in, and this stunned me every single time because these things have like the nastiest sting. They're really huge. They're really buzzing aggressive. Mom would take not multiple tissues, would grab a single tissue out of the box, not even sort of double fold or anything, but they're like single ply tissue. Grab it, squish into the trash. Just kind of go on about like her day. It's just.
So you're saying that your mom was a complete fucking badass.
Yeah.
I don't know that I just bugs don't really kind of I don't get too much bother for that, but I always thought about just like the physics and like the mechanical like the wasp stinger has to be able to get through like a single layer of fucking Kleenex, right?
One would think.
One would
If it
think.
can get through your skin, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I still, no one has ever explained to me why we have wasps. Bees are great. I think bees are awesome.
The answer is the devil. The answer
Right.
is with the devil.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
It's like mosquitoes. Why do we have mosquitoes?
Uh-huh.
There's got to be a reason for mosquitoes. Even them, I can
there?
see that there's some kind of reason for them.
To prevent overpopulation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe that's it.
You're not doing
Not
it.
of mosquitoes, of just
Of humans,
Right.
primarily.
So mosquitoes are the Thanos of our time.
Yes.
I think so. Just slowly shaving off our numbers.
I think they've got a better record than Thanos because nobody's a mosquito. Nobody that's ever been killed by a mosquito has ever like come back.
Mm-hmm.
Only not 50% of them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Until the
little
zombie
bit-
apocalypse comes.
Well, the
Ugh.
way things have been going,
God, it can't happen soon enough at this point.
that's what
Bring
they're
it on.
actually doing in the East Wing renovations. It's just zombie bunker.
Yeah.
It's a really well stocked zombie.
Smart. That's smart.
A little bit about like the major about like the major live action that they had of like the big super spider at the end. This is actually a type of spider referred to. Its Latin name is Theraphosa blondi. It is in English called typically a Goliath birdeater. Now, this is a very large spider that belongs to the tarantula family Therodopsi, found in northern South America, primarily Venezuela. These spiders can have a leg span of up to 12 inches, a full central body length of up to 5, can weigh up to 175 grams or 6 ounces. Birds are only very rarely eaten by these spiders. Their diet is generally frogs, mice, rats, but most frequently crickets. These spiders are not at all hostile to humans. They will only bite in a last resort moment of kind of self-defense. And even if you do get bitten by one of these spiders, they typically do not envenomate during like a defensive bite. And even if they do, like the toxin itself to wholly grown humans is relatively mild. These are also kind of a rare sort of spider that does not actually produce webs. They are stealth hunters that usually just kind of crawl around under dried leaves.
Do you guys remember Zubooks?
Thanks.
Andy looks like he's just
No
in
more.
so much pain right now.
Do you remember Zubooks? You get the magazine Zubooks like once a month when your parents sign you up. It's fun. They've got great artwork.
I read them at the library when I couldn't find the novelization of Spaceballs.
Yeah, I guess Zubooks was like the cable version of information.
Yes, yes. Kids who had cable also had fucking Zubooks.
Yeah, we did. We had highlights too. We had subscriptions to highlights. Not reading at the doctor's office.
Right.
I'm sorry, not reading, just solving the search.
Hidden pictures.
Doing the picture search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We had a subscription to highlights. We had a subscription. Did you remember Cricket? You guys have a subscription?
Yeah, I knew what it was, but no, I had Ranger Rick.
Yeah. I actually got published once in Cricket.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. Yeah.
Yeah. But do you remember Zubooks? They had one on spiders. There's certain ones I loved. I like the one about lions. I like the one about sharks, tigers and bears. The spiders one though, I do remember them having a picture of a tarantula. Fantastic artwork. And I remember there was one where it was a tarantula leaping out at a bird. And I remember thinking to myself when I was a kid, like, Jesus Christ, they get that big? That's insane. That's almost like a shark eating a gorilla. I don't see that every day.
The title of that zoo book was "Have You Ever Heard of the Food Chain?"
Yeah.
Yep.
Just ignorant.
Frisbees are delicious.
Frisbees are delicious.
Let's kind of pivot on from there. How does this movie compare to 80s and 90s PG-13 horror, like the Gate, or how does it compare to some of the R-rated 80s horror, like Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th? There's also a question here: how does it compare to horror movies like Get Out, which I think is a little?
Well, I brought that in because Get Out, I think we talked about that. It has a lot of realism to it, like that hypnosis stuff could happen and things. You don't think hypnosis could happen? All right.
To a degree, you could unwillingly paralyze a full-grown man.
Magic is real.
Magic is real. Yeah, I don't know.
I've seen Harry Potter.
There's amazing things in the world. I just learned all the shit about spiders.
Yeah, fantastic. So I was just thinking, with being spiders, which is again more realistic than Freddy Krueger kind of thing happening. Mm-hmm. Just one of those kind of horror movies where it was based kind of in real life,
like a slightly exaggerated version of reality. It's kind of
right.
Yeah.
as a
Get Out is true for kind of everything except for like the coagula procedure.
right.
You're still waiting on RFK Jr. to be like,
Yeah. So that's why I mentioned movies like Get Out, because I couldn't think of anything really right now that's heavily based in reality that it could be a horror movie that was, could
Human Centipede.
The Human Centipede. Yeah.
That could happen.
True. I think we don't want to talk about it, but I mean, we've witnessed it happen before.
I mean, yeah.
That I guess some people that we know went on a camping trip in Germany or Austria. I don't know. Wherever that stuff happens.
Wherever they were, Switzerland, I don't know.
According to the State Department, if you go hiking in the area, there's like a 40% human centipede rate they're up to at this point.
Yeah, with their highlights subscriptions.
I was looking for like a volcano that like erupts chocolate, and instead I just found a ass sewed to my mouth. Sorry, I didn't know how to end that joke.
Yeah, you're struggling there.
You definitely made a choice.
Here's how you end that joke.
Yeah. I love whenever you're coughing, you're so close to the mic, it just sounds like you're like gasping for breath. You're like,
it
I don't
can't
know,
take that range.
Jeff Daniels at that age, he just doing some D&B work,
Yeah, I guess so.
I have my heart rate up. Yeah. Let's kind of start let's start with kind of like what's really interesting me is this movie made so much goddamn money as like a kind of VHS sleepover kind of home video rental. So let's talk like a little bit. How does this kind of compare to the other sort of lighter end horror movies you just kind of might remember like as like an older kid, or like how does this kind of like compare to something like The Gate?
I don't consider this a horror movie.
Interesting.
It doesn't strike me as a horror movie. It strikes me more as like a natural disaster movie.
Andy, I 1000% agree, but go on.
Yeah. And it's, it was clearly made as a popcorn flick. When was it released? 1990, but when
July 18th, 1990 is what we.
So it was a summer movie, so it was like a popcorn movie. It was the kind of thing where people could go and get away from the heat and watch a movie that was not very confrontational, not very challenging, kind of fun. Well, not if you ask Johnny, but kind of fun. There was enough of like a creep factor where it was, it made people a little uncomfortable, so that people tended to enjoy that sort of a thing. I would say, when you compare it to things like The Gate, similar in a lot of ways to The Gate in that it was, it was more fun than it was scary, but they had a little bit of the horror element to it, even though The Gate was a very different kind of horror movie and it was a lot more visceral and, whatever. I think it was similar in a lot of ways to that one. I don't think there's any similarities to Get Out. That's just me. Get Out was like a cerebral horror movie. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was very successful in what it was attempting to do, which was to be a fun, sort of scary summer blockbuster type thing. And I think, apart from all the spiders, it was great.
It wouldn't be a movie if it didn't have the spiders.
Listen, I would have watched 120 minutes of John Goodman doing his best Garth Algar impersonation.
Can I recommend for you any Coen Brothers movie that was made around this time?
Such as
Raising Arizona.
Yeah, that was a great
movie. Or fucking Barton Fink.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, I mean, it was a good scary movie, but kind of based in reality with, pushing reality, obviously, and the spiders are not going to do that kind of stuff. But, I feel the same way. It wouldn't really push to being, like a Friday the 13th or anything. But again, it, gave me arachnophobia. So it did have that realism of, being afraid of spiders kind of thing. That's about it for me.
Right. Papa, how does this compare to like the scary movies of our youth?
Oh man, it doesn't really.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I personally, I would compare it to The Gate, saying that I felt like it was toned down violence. Really, I mean, actually, there was like toned down to the point. I remember the first kill, I believe it is, where the old woman reaches up to the lamp to like pull the string to turn it off.
A spider drops down on her hand again, and
drops down. They cut. She just it goes black, and she goes.
Spider in her hand, make tender love.
Yeah.
Soundtrack of Madam Web.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, if this is any kind of like preview of what's to come, then it's going to be a very boring film. Right. But I mean, it picked it up. I do wish it leaned more. I think it leans too much into the handling of the spiders and protecting the spider actors than the actual like making it a good, scary, violent film.
We can circle back to this in trivia in Vigo's Toes, but that's an excellent point.
Yeah. But I think to Andy's point, it's great for if it's a summer flick, it's all about bringing, filling the seats. So how do you do that? You find a film that kind of offers a little bit of everything without leaning into anything too much. Right. I mean, you could even say that maybe this was a little too much into the spiders, especially towards the end of the movie. Just having Jeff Daniels and his family escape from the house with all the spiders kind of flooding it might have been like it. You could have ended it there and the audience probably would have been satisfied. But for the people that, do want to see a horror flick, I think they gave them that little extra ending there where it's the fight with like the general and like the queen.
For me, I mean, I touched on this like a little bit earlier, but there's three classics that this film is invoking. One from the 80s, one from the 70s, and one from the 60s, and that is Gremlins, Jaws, and The Birds. And this movie lifts so directly off of all three of these. I mean, like the core through line of the movie itself is basically it's just Gremlins. It's just Gremlins through and through, without like the fun or the puppetry or like the campiness or like the color of the kills or everything else. The Jaws, it's literally the three main characters. You're talking Jeff Daniels, Julian Sands, and John Goodman. It's the same as Jaws. You have like you have the out of towner professional who moves in. He's basically I'm sort of blanking on the like the lead actor for the lead actor for Jaws. But in Jaws, it's the
Roy Scheider.
Yeah, it's Roy Scheider.
Okay.
I'm blanking on like so it's Roy Scheider plays like the out of town kind of big city cop that kind of comes in. He's immediately caught up in this thing. That's basically Jeff Daniels, just playing a doctor. Julian Sands plays the out of town expert on the particular animal that's creating all the problems. That's Richard Dreyfuss' character Hooper, and John Goodman is basically playing like the Robert Shaw Quint character of just like the eccentric local that's really kind of good at killing these things. It pivots slightly by killing off the doctor character instead of the hunter character, which for my money, Julian Sands dies in this movie in just like the dumbest way possible, where he literally just walks into a barn and he's like, oh, look at this shit, then just boom, spider on his face.
Dinner time.
Yeah, but his assistant was definitely the unsung hero of the movie. Like that dude,
quiet and incompetent the entire time.
Yeah. I mean, probably making like an eighth of what Julian Sands' character is making, and he's the one that's out there like on the front lines helping Jeff Daniels to fight these monsters. Meanwhile, Julian Sands is like you said, dying in a barn.
Right. This is the thing about grad school, dude. Like this that's just like that's the injustice of that. But
so you're gonna say stick to foosball.
Stick to foosball. Stick to you first. It's shot in such a weird way where you first think, is he jerking off in the middle of a brightly lit office? And then it's on him for a while, then very slow. Oh no, he's just playing foosball. But like the biggest cop, and Frank Marshall, the director, has said in interviews, I was trying to make the birds. Here's the thing about birds. Birds are varied. Birds are colorful. Birds are fucking loud. Birds can be smart individually. Birds obviously have kind of a herd or like a flock intelligence. And birds do sort of crazy vocal shit. Hitchcock's The Birds is a terrifying movie all the way through, where you never see the same crazy violent bullshit thing that like birds do kind of more than once. The whole thing with spiders is they're quiet, they're sneaking around. If you hear a spider or you see a spider, yeah, you know what, like that spider fucked up because that's not supposed to be like the spider thing. And it's just it's not whatever that is kind of like on paper, it's just in this movie, it's just not that compelling, like in the same kind of way. Like how many shots does this film have where a character almost gets bit by like on the hand or the foot, and they just pull that shit like away like last minute. They go back to that well like 12 times over the course.
Yeah.
I will say, when you mentioned Gremlins, I felt it immediately when they talked about, and then they showed the bubbling spider's nest.
Yeah.
And it just looked like I was waiting for like Mugwise to start popping out of it. Like Gremlins or whatever, just popping out, because it's just like, it's all these like little like puffy bubble things that just keep bulging, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
And what comes out? More regular size New Zealand spiders.
Yeah, they're walking out just high-fiving each other. It's like, yo, what's up, buddy? All right, let's do this.
Let's go on to Naveen's next question here. Come on, how good was John Goodman's role in this film?
Now I'm gonna jump in here, and I brought this one up, and I don't know how much you guys remember of the trailers, and I forgot to look them up. I should have looked them up, but from what I remember, growing up and seeing the trailers for this movie, John Goodman was in like a lot of it. Like he was the big
It's
selling point.
70% of the trailer and like 10% of the film itself.
Right.
Yep.
He was like the selling point of this movie, and he was like in it for 5 minutes. But it was like, man, he was awesome, and he was great, and all the things he did was just so much fun, and wished he was in it more. Like that, he had a bigger role in it.
I was surprised at how little he was in the movie. And having never seen it and not really remembering much about it because I never paid any
Kind of
attention
has
to it.
3 scenes in the entire
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't show up till well after. Like
thought-
Jeff Daniels doesn't show up until 25 minutes in.
Yeah, I was expecting him to be like, if not the main character, like, you know, the second lead of the movie. And that was very clearly not the case.
No.
It's true. When they introduce him, you're like, he's going to stay throughout because, you know, he's going to.
Why would you not have Delbert in like this entire thing?
Yeah.
They're investigating the spiders. Somebody's going to call him in. He's the resident expert. He's going to help them handle the situation. He just kind of disappears, and he comes back later when he's investigating a spider around a pooper.
It's the same. It's the thing in Jaws that when Quint actually shows up in the movie and they all got on his boat, he's there for the rest of the thing, and he's like,
that's a great point.
Yeah, John Goodman gets as much screen time as the Venezuelan tribesmen at the beginning, basically.
Yeah. Which I just it's a little frustrating because like, you know, just a bunch of naive white guys getting led through the jungle, and then like the one tribesman going, I can go no further. That's cool in 98% of movies. That's always effective to me. Like,
I was so pissed. I'm like, this better turn to Indiana Jones.
Seriously.
I'm totally waiting for it. They're gonna go, I don't know, investigate that like old Incan temple or something. And
listen, the takeaway from that is if you're ever being led through the jungle by a local, and that local says, I can go no further, you stop with that local. Don't keep going. I don't care how far you come. You're done.
They don't get paid very well. I mean, if they
there's
get
a
paid
reason
at all,
that they don't want to go that much further. There's something. There's some bad juju going on. There's a kingdom of a crystal skull or something like that they have to avoid.
There's some situation. There's some shit that they know that you do not. Yeah.
Yep.
This is the same reason that, you know, just we want to talk about like Get Out for a few minutes. Okay, this is a hot take. This might be a controversial take. Chris could have survived that entire movie if he had just had one white friend. I'm just going to say it. If he had one white friend, a guy named Josh, or fucking like Vance Tyler or something like that, who took like one look at took like one look at Allison Williams and just be like, yeah, you know what? There's something too crazy going on here. What do our parents do? Hypnotist and psychologist and brain surgeon. Yeah, you know what? Where do they live? Fucking like Litchfield Hills. I don't know, man. They probably got some kind of like just lobotomy hypno slave ring thing kind of going up there. You
There's
don't want-
plenty of other white chicks out there, dude. You don't need this one.
Yeah. You just one guy to be like, dude, she looks like her dad could be like a famous newscaster or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was laughing so hard though when the brother's just like, he's like, so what do you know about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? And I'm like, fucking privileged white kid just grew up and he thinks he's so badass because it's not just doing karate, he's doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
He's doing fucking capoeira or something. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. John Goodman kind of here. It's just like I sort of feel like there's a version of this movie that's kind of done in like a more kind of over the top cornball B movie style that's fun, where everybody is like a little bit kind of crazy, like all the way through. Like, you know, you think you're Reanimator or something like that. Like everybody is kind of nuts. I mean, like obviously some people are more crazy than others, but you know, you got the security guard kind of going off to kind of jerk off like every 5 minutes in the bathroom or kind of whatever else. It's this movie without the spiders is literally about like a white wine San Francisco yuppie who is having a franchising argument and is worried about like his property values, and that's really kind of it. John Goodman, I think, is refreshing in this movie because he just kind of comes in and he seems honestly like the only guy that's having any kind of fun.
Yeah. He is. He's not confrontational at all.
Right.
He's just a dude. He comes in, he's just doing his thing. It bothers him.
Right. He's kind of going in, he's making bits. He's just like, oh yeah, this all this stuff is really eco-conscious, but then he's like, but I got the really good gnarly shit in the back of the van.
Yeah. I got the special shit.
Johnny, let me ask you a question. Is this movie a better movie in your eyes if it's made by sci-fi on half the budget and 10 times the weird?
I'm going to defer that answer to a podcast I listened to yesterday on this film. It's podcast I never really like kind of like checked out before. It's called We Hate Movies. It's for random white dudes who just have these conversations about kind of just random movies, and they're kind of funny, but not really. But Paul Scheer was on this one, so there must be some kind of cachet.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the guys is like, okay, I have like a legitimate shout out to this. William Shatner was in a 1970s B movie version of this film called Island of the Spiders, and it's all the things that this movie really isn't. It's corny, it's over the top, it's a little supernatural, it's fucking weird and just kind of crazy like all the way through. Then like and another guy on the pod is like, oh yeah, on your recommendation, I watched that last night. I enjoyed that 10 times as much as I enjoyed Arachnophobia.
Wow.
Interesting.
Again, though, that's all practical effects.
So
If it was done by sci-fi, it would just be a CGI mess.
But
I
does
mean,
that
look at Sharknado.
make it more fun because of how bad it is?
I don't know.
Potentially, absolutely. I mean, this movie didn't really have any didn't have any CGI either. This is all real spiders and shit. And one robot.
I mean, I like the effects. I thought that was cool that it was actual spiders for the most part. The one thing that I thought was a little goofy was whenever they showed the close up of the tarantula biting somebody.
Right.
And like it bites. It's I don't know what kind of puppet they're using or something. It just shows the scene of it biting somebody and pulling away, and then it's like two fangs that are like covered in blood.
Right.
They reused, I think it's the same clip. They use it like 3 times or something.
They should have done a version of that with Jeff Daniels checking all the balls.
I want to suck your nuts. Hello, trick or treat.
Anything else to add about John Goodman before we move on?
No.
Okay.
I agree. He was so good.
Okay. Naveen's final question: are there things you check now before doing whatever it is that you're going to do? So this is versions of like from like the context of the film. This is kind of putting on gloves or shoes, taking a shower, like whatever else. And you guys have kind of like a little kind of fear in the back of your head that motivates you to be like, let me look at this thing kind of real quick before whatever.
I have a ritual every time I go to the basement, especially after 8 o'clock.
Okay.
To go do laundry or something like that.
Your basement, your finished, brightly lit.
My finished, brightly lit basement. Because what happened is when I had moved into my house, I wasn't aware there was just a lot of spiders down here. They had installed a French drain, and then there's a layer of gravel underneath like the basement or on the edges of the basement, and drains covering them. And spiders got in there, and house centipedes got in there. And so I'm going to find one of two. And the type of spiders I'll find are usually called weaver spiders. They're known for making very intricate designs in their webs, but also probably about the size of maybe like a die or something like that, like dice, something like that. They're pretty big, and they're not afraid when you approach them to like, they don't run away. They jump at you.
Whoa.
Which is the worst part about it. You just see their, the legs and the eyes
Like
and stuff.
a little bit of a Jack in the Box thing. You don't know when the actual form.
I'm like, how are they gonna come at me today? The house centipedes are good. They run every time, and I chase
Somehow
them.
This is the worst look Andy's had on his face the entire show.
They're disgusting, and they're
I'm
all
never
over.
coming to your house.
Record.
I'm never coming to your house ever.
Yeah.
John's actually slept at my house more
In the
than
basement?
once. In the basement.
I don't have the same kind of apprehensions that I think.
He wakes up. He's never hungry in the morning. He never wants breakfast. I'm not sure why, but
Right.
Ew.
That whole stat of how most normies swallow like 8 spiders a year in their sleep. Amateur hour.
but I do come packing a folded up. I fold into 4s, so I have a little more room to turn it over and unfold it. Paper towel that I'll just smash them with.
The spiders or the centipedes?
All the above.
Okay.
Both of them. The house centipedes, it's a little worse because depending on how big they are, they might split and just arms and legs go in all directions. Still wiggling.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy, how about yourself? If that sounded like I was cutting off Eric, it's because I was.
Yeah, please cut me off.
Right.
From this point forward, I will be checking all of my movies to see if they contain spiders, and if they do, I will not watch them.
Are you talking about like footage within the films, or like at the actual DVD cases?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Correct.
Yeah.
No.
I
I don't really have any kind of like rituals or things that I have to do before I go, like, do I need to check the back seat of my car, or do I need to, look in the shower before I get in, or no, I don't have any of that.
Naveen, how about yourself?
Yeah, I don't do any of that stuff now. Again, after seeing the movie, I would check places and be like, all right, let me see anything there. I probably didn't stick my hand in cereal boxes for a while until I, kind of got over it, kind of thing. So back then, I did, but over the years, it kind of got less, and now it's,
right.
No rituals to check any place or anything to see if there's there. Yeah.
Wait, I got a question. What about, have you guys ever had a fear of swimming in like a lake or a pond, and the water's a little, or maybe the ocean too? Yeah, it's a little murky. You don't know what's in there. I used to always be afraid of snapping turtles. If you go to Walden Pond, out where I live,
Walden Pond, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
it's so cool.
The actual Walden Pond.
Yeah.
You will see turtles swimming with you when you're in there.
Yeah.
And if you go out a little deep, if you go maybe kayaking or something, I see people swimming across it too. You will see snapping turtles in there, catching fish and stuff like that. And it's amazing and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
I've swam in Walden Pond, or Walden Pond so many times. I've never seen a turtle out in open water.
Really?
Yeah, never.
I'll go swimming with my kid. We don't do it that much anymore, but when my kids were younger, we go there and they'd sit there with their goggles and they'd be looking for turtles, and you'd see them. They'd pop their heads up and look out of the water.
Really?
And then they'd come out onto the beach.
Huh.
Yeah,
I've
they
never
were not
seen
afraid of humans.
No.
I've been there 100 times. I believe you, but I've just never, I guess I've never been lucky enough, because I think that would be awesome. Turtles are cool.
Well, when I was growing up,
I don't want to sound queer or nothing, but turtles are cool.
Why do they all have bandanas? Badasses.
You see how fast he got there?
Yeah.
See how fucking fast he got to that? He had that just. It's one of the joys and frustrations about knowing you. There was a man-made small pond at some like friends of the family, like just kind of right down the street from our farm, and we went swimming there all the time. I, by some miracle, never got leeches. My brother got fucked up by some leeches, like one day, just coating his left ankle. I will never forget about it, and because they numb you. My brother didn't realize that they had these leeches until we actually did the 5-10 minute drive back up the hill, the house, and he just happened to glance down, and these big. I mean, it was some shit out of Stand By Me. It was completely terrifying.
What do you do? How do you
salt?
Yeah,
salt immediately. Yeah,
I thought it was Burnham. No, there's that just ticks.
Not
even ticks.
No, the
leeches, ticks were match heads.
Take one.
Ticks. You take
match,
like
yeah.
You light a match, and you blow it out, and put the match head against a tick back, and they just. What are leeches? Salt, and they just fall off.
Yeah, pretty much. For phobias, for me, I have one weird ritualistic thing that I do. If I've been like kind of traveling abroad for a bit, and I come back home to my apartment, and I haven't been home like just a month and a half, something like that. I open the door and I do kind of a walkthrough at my apartment. I kind of check every single room. Not so much anything practical. I'm like, well, if somebody is waiting here to kill me, let's just get it over with. Kind of is like the best way that I can kind of explain like this particular.
Okay.
Thing. Like I've been flying for 12 hours. I'm too tired to deal with anything significant. So just fucking the Jack the Ripper is waiting for me, whatever the fuck else. Just.
That's it. I thought you were gonna say scorpions.
No, never.
I thought you were going to say crocodiles or alligators. Which one is it?
That, my friend, is why I live in the desert.
Nile dials.
No, it's just crocodile sort of death statistics. Egypt, particularly around, like literally around the Nile, has the highest fatality rate for crocodile kills of anywhere on the planet.
Good to know.
Isn't that a great thing to just have off?
That just sounds awful way to die.
Yeah, seriously. Vigo's toes. Any trivia about arachnophobia before we get to Sorbet?
I've got one.
Go for it.
I didn't realize this, but I kept waiting for them to just start stepping on spiders, actually killing spiders. Yeah. And the like scene where
troopers, where they're just like, even the children can help with the war effort, and they're just kind of stepping on ants.
Stepping on them, yeah. I guess the scene where John Goodman actually steps on, he sprays the spider twice, 2 or 3 times with pesticide. It doesn't work, so he just walks over and steps on the spider. I guess he had a hollowed out shoe or boot. Mm-hmm. So they hollowed out the sole, so when he stepped on it, it just covered the spider, and then the spider just kind of like covered itself up into a ball. Mm-hmm. And then they stopped it. And then when he pulls his boot away and it's like all like gooey and stuff, I guess it was just all part of the special effects. They just added something to like, it was like a boot covered in, slime or something.
Yeah. So they actually didn't. So no spiders were harmed in the filming of this movie?
No, as far as I know. Yeah.
They did them really well.
That does seem impossible, but
they did say it was like, and the guy that had done a lot of the spider effects too was one of the guys that was on Mythbusters, which I was never a fan of.
I'm worried about pronouncing his name because
I avoided it because
Jamie Heineman.
Jamie, yeah.
Oh, is it okay?
He did the animatronic.
Yeah, that apparently this was his first job in Hollywood, was building like the robot spider that Daniels was down at the end.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. That was one of my trivia things. But did you guys like that ending? Because in the beginning, Jeff Daniels is talking about how he got the fear of arachnophobia. He's like, I was a baby. The spider was crawling up my leg. Thought it was going to bite me and everything. And at the end, the spider's crawling up his leg.
That performance was so fucking dry. I thought he used to kind of, oh yeah, man, here's my trauma. But he performs it like he's reading off a menu. I think it was just.
I think the part about it, about the ending that I found depressing was the actual, like when they've moved back to San Francisco and they're talking about all the things that they were trying to get away from by moving to the country, and how like now they're just like, instead of moving someplace else entirely where they could be happy, they just moved back.
Portland seems like a good midway point, just outside
Yeah.
the city center. Property values in 1990 are still like absurd. You could pay off a house in like a week and a half.
Sure. Yeah. But instead they moved back to the place that they were miserable and were trying to get away from. Like I just didn't, I was like, that's the most depressing ending of maybe any movie ever.
Right. On top of the fact, he
Sure.
got fucked out of like a single glass of that really good wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure did.
I don't know. Any arachnophobia, like any closing thoughts before we get on to sorbet?
Well, I wonder, you guys obviously, being older now and things, weren't really afraid, but do you think you may have been more afraid? Maybe not Johnny, because he hung out with all these bugs.
This movie would have bored me to tears at like
Yeah.
at 10.
But-
I can't tell you how boring a read like the book was. It's all I had.
So I guess mostly for Eric would be like, because I know we already know Andy would have been scared then.
Right.
He couldn't even watch it. But would have been more of a fear watching it younger as opposed to watching it now when you've kind of desensitized yourself to a lot of horror type things in films.
The scene of like the bug crawling out of the mortician's nose to me feels like that's what I remember kids talking about back in the day. To me, that feels like that's a move they do on every other episode of CSI at this point. Like there's it's
very
like a touch.
simple practical effects.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think kind of like with any movie from that time, if it was like if I'm sitting there late at night watching it on cable by myself, I think there's definitely things that probably would have scared me about it. I don't know if I would have had a phobia. I mean, I am not a fan of bugs in general, but I think the thing I'm afraid of most, especially for bugs, like to John's point, it's like wasps. Getting attacked by like a horde of wasps or yellow jackets. I hate yellow jackets just because it's like they're
aggressive.
They're very aggressive.
Doesn't actually die. Like they don't die the same way like a honeybee.
No fear. They just keep coming at you. Spiders, I feel, could go either way.
Oh.
If you're like, I'm going to squish you, they're like, all right, hold on, buddy.
Right.
We're
We
cool.
can talk this out.
Yeah, I know.
Talking.
But I don't know if I would have had a full on fear of it. But I think I might have, if I had seen it back in the day, I might have been like, yeah, that was a kind of freaky movie, especially the close up of the spider biting people.
Right. And all the ball grabbing.
Yeah, the nuts.
Other closing thoughts?
In spite of the spiders, I did enjoy the movie, or at least parts of it. Johnny, you're right. I think Jeff Daniels' character was dry. I think they should have had more of John Goodman to kind of play off of the dryness of.
I would have personally forgiven all that if the final spider had just been fucking huge.
Yeah. I think
Return
you're
Oz.
right about that too.
Yeah.
I think they could have taken it up a little bit, and it would have made it a little bit more campy and maybe fun and
Right.
whatever. But ultimately, I enjoyed it enough. I will probably never watch it again.
Cool. And, Naveen, you want to put a bow on this? Anything else?
Yeah, no, it's all good.
How was this movie? Because you always talk about sort of watching films with your brothers, but how was this for Napoleon and Neil?
I don't know about Neil, but I'm pretty sure it really affected Napoleon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck all this. I'm just going to watch Lost.
Yeah, pretty much. That's better for him.
Right.
But yeah, no, he's still quite afraid of spiders as it is now, and still has that fear. And it's quite fun. I don't want to say anything in public on this show that gets listened by
largely just your brothers and
my brother.
I was gonna say, yeah. Do you fuck with them?
Oh, I make fun of him all the time every time he sees a spider because it's the funniest
Really?
shit ever.
Nice. I mean, do you play pranks on them and stuff?
Oh no, I don't do any of that
Oh
because
man,
it's just fun when he sees a spider. It's just great. I don't need to do pranks because
I will leave that like Napoleon has a vibe of a guy that's less afraid of spiders than any other motherfucker that you can meet. So I kind of get where Naveen's coming from there. Sweet. So that was Frank Marshall's 1990 Arachnophobia. He went on to only make 3 movies after this, progressively more and more insane. He made in about like 92, 93 the film Alive, which was the air crash
wow.
cannibalism movie based on the what actually happened in the Peruvian Andes, except he changed the story to be like all about just like a whole kind of plane full of white people. In 1995, he did an adaptation of Michael Crichton's Congo, which is kind of considered up there for like the 90s, maybe like the best worst movie ever made, that literally starts with like a crazed hyper intelligent gorilla laser fight over some diamonds.
We've talked about this movie before.
Yeah. And then his last film was a Paul Walker film in the 2000s called, I believe, 8 Below, which is a remake of a Japanese film from 1983 called Antarctica, that was Japan's highest grossing film until Hayao Miyazaki released Princess Mononoke in 1997. But Eric, you probably know this. It's a Ken Takakura movie. It's basically about a group of Japanese researchers in Antarctica who have to leave all their dogs at an Arctic research base. And most of the movie, and they can't go back until the winter's over. And most of the movie is about basically he just follows the dogs around and sort of tries to figure out how they actually like survive during the winter, based on a true goddamn story of all things. Frank Marshall remade this thing in like the mid 2000s. I don't think it's kind of considered great, but this guy still to this day is a super prolific producer and assistant director and kind of consultant, like a whole bunch of different movies. And at least since 1990, he's been married to Kathleen, a fellow producer, and Hollywood luminary Kathleen Kennedy, who is now in charge of all of Star Wars. And she also made everything terrible forever. There we are. Moving on. Rebels Without a Pod, episode 73, Arachnophobia. Good times, phobias, childhood traumas, all for the sake of spooky month. Next week, we got to figure out the specifics, but we are going to visit our second Frank Henenlotter film. I probably fucked up his last name, but Frankenhooker, quite a big hit. When we watched it on the pod for our B movie cycle for the final week of Spooky Month, we are going to watch what's considered his seminal classic, Basket Case. We'll do like a little record ahead of time. We're going to do a live watch, and then come back on mic to actually respond for the film. Andy, Naveen, question to you guys. I sent out the trailer earlier, a brilliantly cut early 80s trailer that only said over and over again small snippets of the film, and then the question, what is in the basket? What is in the basket? I asked the two of you to hold true to not actually looking up what is actually in the basket. Have you managed to persist this entire time?
Yep. Don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Know nothing about the movie.
That's exactly the thing we need to go into. Eric, you excited for this one, bud?
What's in the basket?
What is in the basket?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in? Can we edit in?
Oh, hi, you.
Or Andy's box lunch. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Rebels Without a Pod, episode 73. Gentlemen,
Thanks, guys.
thank you.
Later.